on, everybody? This is Sal down here at Worth Harley-Davidson, and today I'm going to be going over the brand new 2024 Road Glide. All right, so first I'm going to go over the brand new styling. As you can tell, they have completely changed the Road Glide. I love it. I love the looks of it. What you notice right off the bat is that fairing. They redesigned that fairing. The last one was kind of an aquatic look where they went with more of a modern design on it. You got the headlight, which is probably my favorite part about this motorcycle. Kind of got the W headlight that kind of goes tailors back a little bit. What that does too is it also brightens your viewing of the road, right? So if you're going down the dark road, that spreads that light into those ditches so you can see all the deer and everything coming out of there. So also went with a newer design on the wheel, just a cast aluminum wheel here. It's a 19-inch front wheel. They did an 18 on the back. You notice the tank as well. They redesigned this tank, so you got these little lines in here. They took the tank and they did a thinner sheet metal, so it makes it lighter. This bike is about 16 pounds lighter from the previous model, which you notice right off the bat. It feels like more, but it is 16 pounds, I promise you. But these little lines in here, what they did is they actually welded these together, so it just makes it a stronger bond on the tank, and it's also lighter. So it's something that I like. It's kind of cool. It's something I learned when I went down to Dallas to do the training with Harley. Just something I thought they had the design in it, but there's actually a purpose behind that as well. Then you have the bags. They went to a shorter bag, but it's actually bigger in capacity. So inside the bag, it's actually bigger. It's not a stretch bag anymore, but I think it looks good. I like the bags, how they sit up. It kind of gives it that West Coast styling, and that's what kind of Harley's going to as well, which I do love that. The other thing that they did, what I really love, and it's so comfortable, are these 12-inch handlebars. Once you sit on this motorcycle and you put your hands on it and you feel just how good it feels, it's awesome. When you go ride this thing, there's just nothing better. From the 23 to the 24, it is a huge difference, a night and day difference on this. It's just actually, it's just insane. The infotainment system, they went from a 6.5 to a 12.3 inch screen. You get a 400% more viewing area of the screen. It's actually very user friendly as well. At first, it seems like a lot and it seems like you got a lot of things going on, but it's so user-friendly. It's super easy. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to learn the controls and to learn that system. So don't be afraid. The screen is easy. It's just gonna take some time to get used to it there. And then obviously they have the different colors. So you have a black trim, billiard gray. You have a black, white onyx pearl, whiskey fire, blue burst, atlas, silver metallic, and then a sharkskin blue. Chrome trim is gonna be billiard gray, black, white onyx pearl, whiskey fire, blue burst, and an alpine green. The alpine green definitely is sexy with the black for sure. Next, we are gonna go over the comfort of this motorcycle. And comfort is, I feel, the first thing that you notice when you get on this motorcycle is just how well it fits, right? So just from Jump Street, when you sit on it, I feel like my hips are in a good place. I feel like my legs are far enough out in front of me where I'm 5'10", 5'11". I'm probably 6 foot with these boots on today, but I don't feel like I'm sitting in the sky. You know, I feel like I'm still sitting in the motorcycle. And then, man, when you put your hands on those handlebars, baby, it feels so good. If people don't want to spend the money getting handlebars, you did it for them already, and it's super comfortable. The other thing is what Harley's been doing is the vents. They redesigned this fairing in 2015 when they went to the Rushmore project. So the Rushmore project, they spent 1,000 hours in the wind tunnel testing, just figuring out what's the best way to eliminate wind for the driver and then wind for the passenger as well. So they redesigned this fairing again to make it even better, if you can believe it, and it is better, I promise you. So they still got this vent. They got a little lever here that you can open and close it. I always keep it in the middle. When I keep it in the middle, man, I don't get any head buffeting at all. And if it is, it's 5%, maybe. But I mean, it is literally nothing. The fairing, it's amazing, it really is. Then they went to a different seat. So the seat, I feel like it almost pushes you down, but you got nice lumbar support in the back. From the previous model seats that they've had since, I don't know, 2006, I feel like. It's been the same seat, so redesigned seat here. I really do love the seat. It is actually a comfortable seat. For everybody who loves to go spending, you know, $700-800 on a really expensive seat that you got to break in for 20 or 30,000 miles for it to be right for you and to feel comfortable, man, you got to do that with this. This seat is comfortable, just like this from the factory. So the other thing they did, they adjusted the brake lever. So on the brake lever and the clutch, it's really the front brake here. You got a little, I don't know what you would call it, like a gear. So if you have tiny hands, you can bring it a little bit closer. If you got some big old paws in you, you just roll it back and it goes a little bit further back there. So just something that Harley's letting you be able to have that bike fit you and you feel comfortable when you're out riding it on the road there. So, all right, now we're gonna talk about everybody's most favorite subject, the engine. Engine performance. Standard in these road glides and street glides now is a 117 motor. Insane. You got 130 foot-pounds of torque, and then you have 105 horsepower coming out of this thing. It's insane. You'll notice it right off the bat as soon as you go test ride it. The motor's ridiculous. New cooling system as well. What Harley did and what you'll notice is the heat reduction on this thing. They reduced the heat on the exhaust, your rear cylinder, by 40 degrees. So just think when you're riding and it's 105 out and you're sitting at a stoplight and you just feel the heat just cooking you, it's reduced that by 40 degrees. You're still gonna feel heat. Do not get me wrong. You're still gonna feel heat. It's just gonna be reduced a little bit by about 40 degrees. So they redesigned the air intake here. As you can see, it is a lot bigger. You get more air in it. More air equals more power, and that's what everybody's looking for there. So the weight reduction on this motorcycle, that is the biggest thing that you'll notice, that I noticed when I first went and test rode it. They took 7 pounds off the front, 7 pounds. So redesigned the triple tree, and then the wiring harness, they've condensed a lot. So the maneuverability, how it handles, it just feels lighter when you take off. So you have 3 different ride modes. You have rain, sport, and road. So your rain is kind of dumbed down. They tune every different ride mode differently. So rain mode, you're not gonna be doing burnouts. You're not gonna be squealing the tires. It's gonna feel a little laggy. There's just not a lot going on. You go to road mode, just a normal bike, still got a little bit more power to it, and then you go to sport mode. You go to sport mode, and that girl does not wanna be at 2,000 or 3,000 RPMs. It wants full throttle, and it is gone right now. I can't even explain it. I really can't. It's just insane. It's literally insane, man. How Harley can tune every different one of those and it be a drastic difference between that, it's insane. It's absolutely crazy. So that's it for the performance. You gotta come down and see it though. All right, now we're gonna go over the suspension of the motorcycle. So your suspension, you're gonna have your Showa on the front, which is just gonna grab that road a lot more. It's a dual bending valve Showa. So you're just gonna, when you're going into those corners, it's gonna really wanna grab that road when you're going around, and it's just gonna hug it, and you're not gonna even feel the difference there. So, and then on the rear, you got the same thing. It's still, you got your adjustable, your progressive shock. It is redesigned on the back, so your increased travel, it's got a smoother response. I believe the travel is about 3 inches. I think it does sit an inch taller. You'll notice the ride though. The comfort, the suspension. I mean, I was going over bumps and potholes and all that, and yeah, you feel it, but it's not a hard hit. It's just a smooth ride there. So, and then obviously you can still adjust the back. So if you have a passenger who's gonna be riding with you, you look in your owner's manual. All right, we'll adjust it to this, right? And then it should be a good ride. If they don't like it when you stop, just adjust it again. So, all right, we are gonna go over some of the safety features. We're gonna start at the headlight. Obviously, you got an LED headlight that is gonna brighten that road. Like I was saying earlier in the video, wider. So when you're going down a dark road or back roads at night, you just see more of that ditch. And you're gonna see just a lot more of the road. So you can see, what's coming at you or what's not coming at you, obviously. From there, you're gonna have all your ABS and all that stuff. So you got your ABS, your linked braking system, which means basically if you're going down the road, you stomp on that rear, it's gonna engage a little of that front, so your bike's gonna squat down instead of your ass in trying to kick out from you. You got the cornering on the ABS, so this bike is so smart, it knows how fast you're going, what your lean angle is, and then it knows, hey, we can apply a little brake pressure here, apply a little brake pressure here. With you not even knowing it, this bike is braking for you. Now it's not gonna stop you immediately, right? But it's gonna know, hey, we're too far over here for the speed that we're at going around this corner. Let's apply a little brake pressure, in the back and the front. You have your traction control, obviously. So if you're trying to do burnouts, you just take that girl off and just let her eat. But if you like that, when you're hitting your brakes, you're gonna have all that stuff. You ain't gotta worry about it. You have your drag, torque, slip control. Somebody was explaining it to me as It's just like you gotta think of your ass end dragging along. So it's just kind of gonna slow you down for the most part there. And then you obviously have your hold control, your hill assist. So if you're on a hill, you just pull in that front brake nice and tight. It engages that, you can let off and it'll keep you there till you're ready to go. Let out the clutch, give it a little throttle and you're on your way there. So the next thing is we're gonna go on a test ride on our 2024 Road Glide.